Welcome, Friar family, to a special presentation on Juneteenth, presented by the Office of Institutional Advancement in partnership with the Office of Institutional Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. My name is Stephanie Maricu, and I am an Assistant Director in Alumni Relations. It is my pleasure to present this video to you, which features one of our incredible alumni, Dr. Terza Silva Lima-Neves. Dr. Lima-Neves is a proud member of the class of 2000 and was the recipient of a 2020 MLK Vision Award from Providence College. She is the co-founder of the highly renowned Poderosa Conference and recently published her first book, Cabo Verdean Women, Writing Remembrance, Resistance, and Revolution, Criollas Poderosas. She also serves as an associate professor of political science and chair of the Department of Social and Behavioral Sciences at Johnson C. Smith University. In this special video presentation, you will hear from Dr. Lima-Neves about the significance of Juneteenth, its personal meaning, implications for individual and collective action, as well as connections to the mission and work of Providence College. We are deeply grateful to Dr. Lima-Neves for her time and insights and her commitment to the Friar family. Happy Juneteenth. We hope you enjoy the presentation and appreciate your commitment to advancing a beloved community. Go Friars!
Hi there, my name is Dr. Terza Lima-Neves. I'm a proud PC alumna from the class of 2000. As many of us know, this week we're celebrating June 19th, or what some call Juneteenth, which is the date that the news of the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation by President Lincoln arrived in Galveston, Texas. This community for 2 years did not know that that the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed. And the news did not arrive to that community. And some say it is because the messenger died on their way there, and others say that conveniently the news did not arrive to the benefit of the owners of the enslaved Africans that were there at the time. Regardless, the news did arrive, and it was a moment of celebration, of freedom, of liberation, of ending of years of horrific treatment, the brutalization of Black people in the United States. My earliest memory of learning about Juneteenth as a holiday unfortunately came during my graduate education at Clark Atlanta University, which happens to be a historically Black college. Juneteenth as a holiday should be taught not only in schools, but it should be part of our regular lives, our regular vocabulary, our regular conversations, and it should be part of American national memory. For me, Juneteenth means liberation. It also means remembrance. It means respect. It's a day or a moment in time and in history that gives us an opportunity to reflect and think about the freedom, the injustices faced by African Americans in the United States in particular. It makes me think about how far we've come, but also how far we still have to go in terms of systemic racism, social justice, racial justice, and other types of advancements and conversations that we need to be having in the United States as it pertains to the rights of people to be free, to be independent, and to live the life that we all should live as human beings. A central part of the Providence College mission as a Catholic institution is the concept of justice as described by Martin Luther King Jr. in his concept, his idea of the beloved community. This also is what we think about, actually for me, it makes me think about the beloved community and social justice. When I think about Juneteenth, it was that one moment in time where justice was attained and celebrated by the Black community, signaling the end of slavery. I think that when we talk about receiving an adequate education, a great education, I ask the question, how can we possibly say that we're receiving the proper education, a great education, if we're missing out on the stories and the experiences of part of our community, of part of the people that belong to our society? And so in this case, I argue that not teaching folks about Juneteenth and other moments in time that are important to American history is a complete disservice, not only for Black children and for the Black community, but also for other communities. How can we say that we're truly learning history of societies if we're leaving out the stories and the experiences of people that make up part of our society? And so it renders people invisible. It doesn't center people. It actually leaves them to be part of the periphery. And it sends a message that people are not that important if they don't see themselves in the history books, in the films, and reflected in a way that honors their dignity and their humanity. So that's why conversations around Juneteenth and other moments that have impacted the Black community and other communities is extremely important, not only in the education system, but in our lives in general. My time at Providence College really supported my growth and development into the type of scholar that I wanted to be. Not only did I learn from my professors on what it took to help build the beloved community that I wanted to be part of, but also learning from my classmates that were from different parts of the world, the United States, and their particular backgrounds. So I credit Providence College with creating and sort of instilling in me the seeds that would grow into helping me define my goals and passion in life. I would say that one of the proudest accomplishments, other than being a mom, of course, and receiving my PhD in political science, has been the founding and launching of the Poderosa Conference, which is a conference that brings together Cape Verdean women from throughout the world to a platform that is safe, that discusses challenges and themes that are important to them. And this all happens at Providence College every 2 years. And so I'm extremely proud of this conference because it centers and it renders visible Cape Verdean women through education, networking, and a celebration. Not only reflects the mission and vision of Providence College, but also it creates a stronger community for all of us in Rhode Island and the New England area in particular, but it also connects the diaspora locations. As Providence College alumni, I think that we all have a very important role to play in our society, but that actually belongs to each one of us to figure that out. Some of us are okay with just writing a check every month or every year to Providence College and donating to the general fund or to specific causes. And there are others that donate their time, effort towards actively building that society. Now, both of those methods are extremely important. we need the funds and we need the people to donate their time and effort into the projects and the events and the development of programs that are very important for our students and the rest of our communities to thrive. And so I would urge Providence College alum and the entire community to think about what type of society it is that we want to create. What type of Providence College community are we striving for? If it is indeed a diverse, equitable, and inclusive society where all members feel like they belong. One of the things that I try to do as an alumna is to make sure that my children are educated on the diverse histories of people, and that they are kind human beings, and that they are just human beings, and that they're free and independent thinkers. That goes along with the Providence College mission of creating this beloved community that we all want to be part of. We've seen that in recent times, the last few years, not only are we going through a health pandemic, but we're also going through a racial pandemic that doesn't only include the United States. It includes parts of global communities as well. So this pandemic, this health pandemic has actually opened our eyes to bigger problems, to other problems that we have going on in the world. And so I hope that each and every one of us, alumni of Providence College, begins to really dig deep and dive into some of the ills of our society, and think about how each one of us can contribute to dismantling some of the systems that affect marginalized and minoritized communities, particularly since this is the occasion of Juneteenth, the Black community. How do we become more supportive of causes that alleviate systemic racism, for example, social justice, and that create a more equitable society where everyone feels like they belong. Recently, Congress made a move to where the date of June 19th would be celebrated as a national holiday. That bill has passed into law, and many people are actually pretty excited, and as this signals a great moment in United States history. And so on one hand, it is a cause for celebration. It is quite a moment in history. But on the other hand, I could see where the argument can be made for the fact that although we do have a national holiday, we'd like to see a little bit more concrete plans and action items that include the advancement of the Black community and actions by the United States government. For example, police brutality continues to be a major issue in this country. Systemic racism continues to plague the lives of Black people, particularly as it relates to access to housing, healthcare, as well as employment. So although a holiday is quite memorable, but some would argue that concrete steps towards the improvement of Black life in this country would be the next and most appropriate step that should be taken as well.